Jeremy Corbyn is trying to keep Labour together over Brexit. Photo, Neal, Getty Images, Nigel Morris, 23 hours Monday, October 15, 2018. The Labour leadership is struggling to maintain unity amid warnings that MPs could break ranks to support any reasonable Brexit agreement if the alternative is a no-deal exit. Jeremy Corbyn has managed to hold his party together by setting 6 tests by which it will judge any deal negotiated by Theresa May, and urging her to call an election if she cannot get an agreement through the Commons. Sir Keir Starmer, the shadow Brexit secretary, sought to ramp up the pressure on the Prime Minister by challenging her to publish her plans for the Irish border backstop, which have led to the current breakdown of talks. Beneath the surface, Labour faces similar tensions to those threatening to tear the Conservative Parliamentary Party apart. Referendum divisions: around 5 Labour MPs have consistently voted for Brexit, although 2 no longer hold the party whip, and around 20 more in Leave voting constituencies are thought to be ready to back an agreement if the only other option is a no-deal Brexit. Sir Keir Starmer, Barry Gardiner and Emily Thornberry would form the core of a Labour government's Brexit negotiating team. There are also divisions on the merits of supporting a so-called people's vote on any eventual agreement Mrs May secures with Brussels. Labour's official position, endorsed at last month's party conference, is to press for a general election if Parliament rejects a Brexit deal, but failing that, not to rule out a referendum. The prospect of a fresh vote also dismays many Labour MPs in Leave-supporting areas, for fear that it would amount to a way of overturning the original referendum result in 2016. Critics argue that the party's 6 tests for gauging a deal have been deliberately pitched to make a vote against Mrs May inevitable by setting the bar so high. They include assessing whether such an agreement gives Britain the exact same benefits as membership of the single market and the customs union. Labour vulnerable. However, Labour is itself vulnerable by this yardstick, as it supports membership of a customs union and favours full access to the single market. However, it also wants to renegotiate the application of freedom of movement rules to Britain while participating in the single market, a position which would run into fierce opposition in Brussels and to charges of cherry-picking. A European Commission official has been quoted as describing Labour's stance as cakeism, or wanting to have your cake and eat it. A Labour negotiating team led by Starmer and Corbyn could find itself facing an uphill struggle in Brussels, as well as problems giving the party united behind its position. Read more on Brexit, the 8 different Brexit scenarios that could happen now. Butter, cheese, and yogurt could be a lot more expensive after Brexit. The government's Brexit white paper was translated into German so badly it barely makes sense in parts. Theresa May survives tumultuous 2 weeks to see off Tory threats to oust her.